Well, good afternoon and welcome to beautiful sunny Spain as we're live here in Valencia for the 2024 FIBA Olympic qualifying basketball tournament between Poland and the Bahamas. Well, this Group B fixture, the second game coming up for the Bahamas, and it's going to be a debut game now for the mighty Poland. Well, hello and welcome, everybody. I am your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside the great Shona Thurborn, two-time Olympian with Team Canada at the Olympics. Shona, so far the Bahamas off to a great start, but now the challenge gets bigger and better. Finland obviously losing yesterday in their first game, but Poland's going to be a tough test here for the Bahamas.
Poland's going to be a great test for the Bahamas. And, you know, coming off a back-to-back, it's never easy. You have less time to prepare. Poland, you can say maybe have an advantage because they were able to scout yesterday and know what the Bahamas are going to do, how they want to play, because they're going to play very differently than, let's say, a European Polish style of basketball. But I'm excited to see this Poland team, especially with Sohan, who we saw introduced there. I think he's going to fit a role where they have lacked a little bit, that power forward position. And, you know, the advantage with a player like Sohan, he, in my opinion, can guard 1 through 4 players. And guess what? The Bahamas, you're going to need some people who can defend, especially their big three.
Well, many of these Polish players do play abroad in Europe, also play in their very respectful PLK, Polska Liga Koszykówki. Many great teams, of course, the likes of Anwil Włocławek, Zielona Góra, and there is their head coach, Igor Milicic. Originally from Croatia, but he's been in Poland for over a decade, and now he's the man taking over the great Mike Taylor to lead this team, hopefully, on the road to Paris. Well, we did see the Bahamas yesterday in action in what was a very exciting game against a Finland team that was without Lauri Markkanen, and not to mention the likes of Sassu Salin. Now, we talk about the big three. You've got the likes of DeAndre Ayton, Buddy Hield, and Eric Gordon, the 2017 NBA three-point champion. But the big talking point was, of course, the young man himself, VJ Edgecombe. No doubt everybody's saying on social media he is going to be a top pick in the NBA draft at some point.
Oh, absolutely. In my opinion, after watching him play yesterday, Edgecombe is a top 5 pick in the NBA draft. He's going to Baylor next year. Might be a one and done, and I know there's some NBA coaches in this gym here today, and I'm sure they're looking to the future as well in a player like him. Big three need more to help them win, and that's exactly what they got by the youngin yesterday. 20 points in 29 minutes of play.
Well, we'll stand for the national anthems of these two beautiful countries.
And now the national anthem of Bahamas. with international referees Martin Kozlowski from Latvia.
National anthems of two very beautiful countries, and now they'll go to war here. Well, I say war, they'll go to battle, of course. Basketball battle, that is, in hope to get that road to Paris. Chris DeMarco, assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors, shakes hands with Igor Milicic, head coach of Poland. But now, basketball fans, it's a time now that we introduce three very important people. Three people who have worked very hard so far. After every FIBA tournament, are three referees for tonight's game. And we are very proud to say that we have three of the very finest here in world basketball. Well, of course, our referees are coming from Argentina, Latvia, and the United States. Martin Kozlowski, Juan Fernandez, and Blanca Cecilia Burns, who right now has actually made history, I believe, in the National Basketball Association.
Yeah, it was back in 2022. She was the first female referee from Mexico to referee NBA games, and slowly she started off in the D-League and now is participating more as an NBA referee, so congratulations to her.
Poland started lineup: Jeremy Sohan, Balcerowski, Michal Sokołowski, and Andy Mazurczak, who was actually born in Chicago, with the big talking point, Mateusz Panitka, who has had quite a rocky season so far in Belgrade this year, but he has been a Polish national team superhero. But interestingly, the sharpshooter, the three-point dynamite coming off the bench will be A.J. Slaughter. But, you know, Mateusz Panitka, we talk about the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2019, the Eurobasket in 2022, defeating Slovenia. He's a primetime player.
He really is. I mean, you talk about European superstars, and he put his name in the books coming off of that. You talked about the quarterfinal win over Slovenia, one of just 4 players with a triple-double in that event. So he's someone that I'm sure the Bahamas and Coach Chris DeMarco have focused in on as who's going to defend him, because you don't want him to get hot.
Well, Coach Igor Milicic leading the way, has spent last season in Italy coaching Napoli in the southern part, one of the most beautiful cities in all of Italia. And of course, his young son, Igor Milicic Jr., is also in the lineup. Probably might see him today. Does play at the University of Charlotte, the 49ers, so a big opportunity. But now we take a look at the Bahamas. Travis Munnings will be in the starting lineup, along with Laurel Znan, who is a coach, player for that matter. And the big three, as usual, Eric Gordon, DeAndre Ayton, and Buddy Hield. Now, when we look at this lineup, of course, naturally we're going to talk about the big three. But no doubt in mind, Travis Munnings and Laurel Znan are going to be so imperative for this team. When we look at DeAndre Ayton, I mean, yesterday, can't say enough about him. Inside the paint, showing it, he was simply dominating, if you want to call it.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 rebound away from a double-double. And you mentioned it, he dominated, especially when he caught the ball around the paint. I felt like at points in the game, they went away from him, but they did an excellent job getting him the ball when they needed easy baskets, and he profited from that. And I think right away, you got to put the pressure in. You got to, if you're Ayton and the Bahamas, you need to say, you know what, we got an inside presence. How are you going to defend that?
Chris DeMarco, as we already mentioned, as now the countdown to tip-off is underway. And a big shout-out and thank you to our official sponsors, Tissot, with just under a minute from tip-off. But going back to the head coach of the Bahamas, Chris DeMarco, we saw this in the build-up to this qualification tournament in the Acropolis, where they played against both Montenegro and against Greece. I mean, well, Lukas Košatek, and if you know anything about Polish basketball, that is a living legend. Go back to the 2019 World Cup in China, that historic victory against Russia. The veteran player at that time, Košatek, stepped up and enabled Poland to finish in the top 8. Polish basketball fans will know a lot about him, and he's in the stands, so get your selfies if you're in town here in Valencia. But going back to the Bahamas, of course, I mean, we didn't necessarily see it so much yesterday against Finland, but they are a volume three-point shooting team. It's almost a blend of what Chris DeMarco has brought, the three-point dynamite from the Dub City of the Bay Area.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have players like Buddy Hield, Eric Gordon. You know that they're going to be high-volume three-point shooters, but I was more surprised about the other players who were stepping up. Zero hesitation if they were open. I mean, even Donovan Freeman, the youngin, he didn't get a lot of playing time, but his first open look at 3, there was zero hesitation. Edgecombe can knock down the 3 for them. And when you have a player like Ayton inside who takes up so much space and also defensive pressure, it's going to open up those three-point looks. And I think as long as they're going to be high-volume three-point shooters, as long as they're good three-point shoots, keep shooting them.
Well, the players now enter the floor. Again, we welcome all of our live international viewers here on Courtside 1891, the home of FIBA International Basketball. It's Poland against the Bahamas. The road to Paris again is underway. Game day 2, and it's the first game. Poland taking on the Bahamas. DeAndre Ayton is going to match up with that man, Oleg Balcerowski, a legend in Polish basketball. Hello, welcome. Fasten your seatbelts. We're going to get this one underway. The Bahamas will get the first possession. Moningsay guided by San Antonio superstar Sohan. Finds Buddy Hield. Time winding down here on the shot clock. Well, Hill goes for a tough contested 3, and again, that's one good way to start the game, but those are the kind of shots we see him take, Shona.
Yeah, he had a slow start yesterday. I mentioned it at halftime. I thought if the Bahamas wanted to come back, pull off the win against Field, Hill really needed to step up his game, and did he ever do? They had 18 points in the second half for them, finished with 24 in the game.
Well, what a nice give and go, the dump down coming from Balcerowski, and Mateusz Bonica. He's a slasher. He will go at the bucket regardless whether he has the rock in his hands or not. Ayton now trying to find Eric Gordon. Got it here by Bonica. He doesn't take many three-pointers, but again, back-to-back triples. And we talked about this showing up. Volume three-point shooting. It's already getting underway. Polish fans trying to rally behind their team. And they've been waiting outside the arena hours before this game. Balcerowski looking to give this one up. Nowhere to go. And now time's winding down. Sohan gets to the bucket, goes in. Well, tough move by Sohan.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough matchup for Munnings. Sohan stays aggressive. How about that? You play good defense for 20 seconds.
Well, here comes Ayton now, trying to go at Sohan. Laurel's man finds a bit of an opening. Bumps, goes in. Again, if you weren't with us yesterday when the Bahamas defeated Finland, Laurel's Nan has an incredible story, which I'm not sure we've ever had in the history of, let alone FIBA basketball, but just international basketball as a whole. I mean, what's his story?
You know, he's actually associate head coach at Bowling Green University, where a player from Lebanon is going to be playing for him next year. So it would be interesting if we see Lebanon have to play against the Bahamas. We talked to him before the game. We said, listen, like, you know, it says that you're a coach. He goes, yeah. And you said, well, you're a player coach. He goes, no, I'm a coach player. And it just shows you how committed he is to also playing for the Bahamas. And they talked about it a little bit in the press conference. They said, well, you know what? We're a small island of about 400,000 people. Anyone who can play and still can play, we want them to play, and that's why he's here. He's showing up, and obviously it shows you how important he is to Chris DeMarco's team. He's in the starting lineup, and it's just more his leadership. Obviously, he guides these players on the court, but probably off the court as well.
And you know what, going back to what he said, a very small island of a very small population that is, I don't think people quite understand the significance of, you know, however well the Bahamas do. The idea of what we want to do here in international basketball is spread the development of the game. And who knows, if this team does make it to Paris, you are going to see an influx of massive popularity of the game of basketball with the Bahamas. And there are many people, you know, who have ancestry to the Bahamas living outside. This national team, it's setting the seeds for the future. Balcerowski now looking for the dump down. Well, he was taking threes in the warm-up, goes for another one. He's unable to get it. Bahamas still lead by 3. Gordon trying to attack. Finds Buddy Hield. He's made 1 3 and again makes another one. He's filled with confidence. Oh, Shona, if he gets on fire, this could be a problem for Poland.
Yeah, I like that look by Eric Gordon. Yesterday, I thought he maybe would have forced that shot after the drive. No, this time finds Buddy Hield for an easy three-point basket.
Bonica now trying to isolate. Got it by DeAndre Ayton. Nowhere to go. Tries to lob to Balcerowski. Big man's got to go up. And he's got to be aggressive inside the paint tonight, Shona. Both teams going back and forth at each other. Now Eric Gordon with a bit of time and space. He'll fire a 3, and already 4 3-pointers firing in here for the Bahamas.
Well, you mentioned it. We knew that they were going to be shooting threes. They spread the floor, but when one of those threes is by DeAndre Ayton, it's going to cause some problems for Poland.
Sohan go and give a go here with Bonica. Now he's got the post up. Got it by Gordon. Gordon trying to use the strength. Well, he reaches in. Buddy Hield, excuse me, no, my apologies. Buddy Hield actually goes in to kind of calm things down, but there's a reach. Let's have a look here.
Ball and then arm.
It's a tough one, of course, but there's a three-pointer by Gordon. Sohan mid-range. Oh, Balcerowski misses last one. Too short on this. Sohan fighting for offensive rebounds. Giving Poland a second chance. Now he's going to go in the paint. Oh, trying to pass it off, and he turns it over. Now here come the Bahamas. But again, this team just so hungry here to save everything in transition. Poland has the mismatch. Goes to the one-legged fadeaway. And still the Bahamas looking for their first field goal with inside the rainbow. Sohan fakes a handoff. Finds Ponitka. Looking to attack. The inside presence of DeAndre Ayton is going to make it tough for Poland to get points inside the paint, but now Ponitka, time, space, nails the three-pointer.
I like what Poland's doing. I know, okay, 9 points, they've struggled a little, they've had some open looks, but they're patient. They're not trying to force anything. They're trying to find a better shot. You see about 5 players touch the ball almost every possession. They're having to make the Bahamas defend, and that's going to tire out the Bahamas, who play with about 7 to 8 players.
Now, it looks like Poland have gone into, I think, a 3-2 zone defense. And interesting, you saw in the previous offense there, Ayton was wide open at the high post, but he flashed quickly to the bucket. And, you identified this yesterday. He is simply dominant inside the paint. The blocking foul is going to be called against Ponitka. And there's the wide open three-pointer by Mateusz. Polish fans again trying to cheer. Poland now going back into a matchup. Hill finds DeAndre Ayton. Bumps in the lane, gets strong move. Nice finish. Still a 6-point ball game. Well, that's going to be a good defense by Buddy Hield. Shona, the spacing there in Poland, too much congestion. Well, Buddy Hield just putting his hand in the cookie jar, and here comes a great option to have off the bench, A.J. Slaughter. Well, let me tell you something about this man. He's played many years in the Spanish ACB. He can shoot the three-pointer, that's for sure. Slaughter matching up with Gordon. Gordon ISO, makes the pass. Foul has been called, so 2 free throws coming up for Travis Munnings.
I mean, really, A.J. Slaughter, he's kind of a journeyman of sorts. You said many years in the ACB, few years in Spain, in France. He's been all over. And what I like about him, we were talking about that before the game, sometimes these naturalized players, they come in for the big tournaments and then they take some summers off. Every time his number is called, he is representing his adopted country, Poland.
And what's even more impressive? He's also in every single qualification window. You go after the 2019 World Cup, and then we went into the qualification system in the Continentals. Their first game was against Israel. They lost the game very narrowly, but he, I think, had 7, 8 three-pointers. Israel, they try to put pressure on him, but he still makes it from downtown. And the one thing I like about A.J. Slaughter is the elevation, the jump shot-esque he has from three-point line. But now Munnings here at the free throw line. He has a bit of experience playing in France as well. I mean, playing, as we mentioned, for one of the most historic teams, Pau Alambonais. That's a big club to play for.
It's a very big club to play for. It's been around a very, very long time.
Of course, Alambonais failing to get promotion back to the French LNB Pro A. Franco Miller Jr. also subbing into the game for the Bahamas. Now matching up here with Mateusz Ponitka. BJ Edgecombe also in. Ponitka goes in. Strong move going to the bucket. Well, that's what he does best. Poland still keeping that 6-point deficit. Balcerowski. Cross-court pass, finding Edgecombe. Front iron, had 20 points yesterday, the 18-year-old. Now Sohan down the middle. Pump fakes, goes in inside the key, but front iron. Good defense by Buddy Hield. And the Bahamas looking to extend their lead. Munnings maybe getting away with a tough screen. Layton trying to use the backboard. Now here comes Balcerowski, but good recovery. Tell you what, they said yesterday he's a coach's dream, VJ Edgecombe, and that's the case in point. Getting back on defense and just putting a fingertip to it. Well, there's the penetration by Ponitka. You're going to see a lot of that from him today. Dissects every defense. Poland struggling to get the ball in bounds. Now Sohan. Got it by VJ Edgecombe. Sohan going in with the Euro step. Turns it over. The Bahamas looking to attack. Down at DeAndre Ayton, goes in. One-handed jam, and it's just that easy inside the paint.
Great start by the Bahamas, but we also saw them come out and have a really strong start in the first half against Finland yesterday, especially offensively. But I think the difference is defensively, they look more locked in than they did against Finland.
Balcerowski finds Ponitka. He's made 1-3. Can't get this one. Sohan trying to follow up. And now Buddy Hield to transition. Finds Franco Miller. He'll fire the three. An offensive rebound by Munnings. And again, Miller will try in the corner. This one's up again. Still no good, but again another offensive rebound. Finds Ayton. Bumps. Good defense. But a foul has been called. So 2 free throws coming up for DeAndre Ayton. Well, a timeout's going to be called by Poland. They want to talk it over. Potentially, they could find themselves down by 10 points. As Chris DeMarco's team coming out with a lot of aggression, playing on both ends of the floor. Well, we are going to go and listen to what Igor Milicic has to say to his players momentarily as Poland. Step up and help this team offensively. Shona, what are some things Poland right now need to try and improve on?
I think offensively, they're getting good looks. They're missing some open three-point shots. Defensively, they need to figure it out. You know, they gave up 4 quick three-point baskets. Then they had to get out and try and defend the pick-and-roll situation. You got to at least stop something by Bahamas. But right now, the Bahamas, they're getting defensive rebounds. They're able to push the tempo, and they're looking to run. They're looking to be aggressive. Poland, you missed a shot. Maybe right now you got to get back and try have 5 people get back and defend.
Well, DeAndre Ayton missing the first free throw. Because many people will remember DeAndre Ayton's time when he did play with the Phoenix Suns. But now, of course, playing for the Portland Trail Blazers in Rip City. And already identifying yesterday's head coach, Chauncey Billups, 2004 NBA champion, is in the building. Kowalski now with the ball in his hands, but a foul has been called off the ball. Foul is going to be called against Franco Miller. Change coming in here for the Bahamas. Travis Munnings, he will take a little breather. Check into game. Antoine Smith, who has played his professional basketball predominantly in the Scandinavian areas of Sweden and Denmark, for that matter. But his own defense being shown here by the Bahamas. Ponitka too strong off the backboard, but the tip in is good by Balcerowski. Poland cutting it down, 7-point deficit. Just under 2.5 to go here in the first quarter. Remember, if the Bahamas win today, they will top the group. They'll go undefeated. But Poland will still have to play against Finland tomorrow. Good hands by Slaughter. Now here comes Poland. Milicic, and again, even better hands. That's the second time, Shona, we've seen Edgecombe make that effort to get back on defense.
Well, you mentioned it. I mean, I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Chris DeMarco before the press conference. He says, honestly, he is a coach's dream. He's always asking the right questions. He does what the team needs him to do, and that's what we've seen since he's checked into the game.
Poland just struggling to get this one in bound. Sokołowski finds Ponetka, misses last one. He's unable to connect. Both teams tactically trying to break the defense down. Smith wide open the corner, 5-3. Make it number 5 here for the Bahamas. Showing that they're on fire.
They really are. I think this team is very difficult to play against. And what I like is that they're going to the bench earlier than we saw yesterday, so people are able to get some breaks. They played big minutes yesterday to come up with that win over Finland.
Ponetka looking to attack. Bumps in the lane, goes in, can't finish. Balcerowski offensive rebound. He gets fouled and he'll go to the free throw line.
Great job by Balcerowski. He's just kind of doing the intangibles for Poland right now. He's not getting a lot of touches in the offense, but he's playing hard, he's hustling hard, he's coming up with offensive rebounds. He's there when they need him.
Chauncey's in the house. We already mentioned head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, and no doubt probably keeping an eye on DeAndre Ayton, but as we also alluded to, probably also taking some interest in BJ Edgecombe and how well he played yesterday. Balcerowski coming from a basketball family. Of course, his father unfortunately went through a very tragic incident. But then, as I had the fortune of meeting him last summer, the head coach at the Polish national wheelchair basketball team. Unable to hit the second free throw. 9-point ball game to the Bahamas. Miller getting a handoff. Now caught in a double team. Finds Hunter. He'll fire this story up and again. Make it number 6. Shona, get your umbrellas out. The Bahamas making it rain. Biggest lead of the game so far. Poland down by 12. Trying to find a big fella. That's going to be foul number 2, I believe, here on Franco Miller Jr. No, my apologies, only his first foul. So that's only number 1 against Franco Miller. Shona, what I like here, of course, many times they keep going to this pick and roll scenario. They get the switch on defense, and they don't waste any time at getting the ball to Balcerowski.
I mean, right now, he has been their most consistent player for them as he has to go to the bench after 9 minutes.
There's a man who can light it up.
That's what you need, yeah, absolutely. AJ Slaughter is someone who can get this team going, especially on the offensive end.
Because what I like what the Bahamas have done defensively, 18-year-old VJ Edgecombe, he chases him everywhere, doesn't give him any time or space. Edgecombe pulls up in the mid-range, gets his first field goal. Again, looking very confident. Play-by-play here at the FIBA OQT. Five seconds difference between game and shot clock. Slaughter coming off one screen. Jeva gets away with that screen there. Oh, Pluto 5-3, nails it. The man who played in the Basketball Champions League this season with King Chechen. And now final play here. Gordon's only got seconds left. Going to the bucket. Goes in, throws it down. And what a way to get a buzzer beater with a two-handed rim rocker. Well, they went out, it was hunting season, and what better way to find a hunter? Look at the penetration. Hunter with no regard for Jeva's feelings on the basket. Just put him on a poster.
Also, great clock awareness by Eric Gordon not to put up a tough 3. He says, you know what, I got a few more seconds. I can get all the way to the rim, draws the defense. Hunter, easy flush. But how about this? I mean, right now, players for the Bahamas, Hunter, Smith, they didn't even play yesterday, and they've already come in and together combined for 8 points. That's the kind of contribution you need. we can talk about the big three for the Bahamas all game long, but you can't win a competition like this where you're going to have 3-4 games in the span of 5 days. You need more than 3 players. And, you know, I kind of questioned, I said, wow, okay, they played 7-8 players a little bit last game yesterday. They're going to have to find other people to contribute. And what a contribution the Bahamas have had off the bench. And that's the reason they're up 10 right now. I don't think Poland have played exceptionally bad. I think they're going to need to make some adjustments, definitely defensively. Offensively, they've had looks. They've missed a couple open shots. They've got the ball to their players. Panik has done a good job. You know, you saw Flutza check in at the end of the game, knock down that 3. They're getting their looks. They need to make open shots, but defensively, they got to switch something up or it's going to be a 120-point game.
I agree with you. I mean, 6 out of 10 already from the 3-point line for the Bahamas. But again, they haven't really tried to isolate this man in the paint, excuse me. That's because the threes are dropping in 60%, the volume 3-point shooting. Hey, we talk about this. The differentiation between the NBA and the international game is so big. But if that style of basketball works, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, basketball fans, use that QR code and download Courtside 1891. 1891, the home of international basketball, brought to you by FIBA. Use the QR code today and download Courtside 1891 on your smartphone, your tablet, or your Android. Ten-point ball game at the moment. Bahamas in control, but Poland will have the first possession. Nice pick and roll sequence, but again, good hands on defense, but another foul has been called.
I thought it was great hands there by the youngin. Edgecombe doing it defensively in this game for them. Oh yeah, no, that's a good call by the referee.
I think probably the frustration is the delay in call, but you know,
yeah,
it's a good call, as you mentioned. The reach is clear as daylight. Finding Slaughter. Got it by Franco Miller. Goes for a quick 3. It's going to be a little bit too short. The Bahamas have led by as many as 12 points. Edgecombe now trying to give this one up. Finds Quinton Smith. Now Edgecombe looking to isolate. Pump fakes. Steps through a bit of contact. Well, it didn't hit the rim, so time is winding down, but Hunter does the right thing, but there's going to be 9/10 of a second. I think Bahamas are probably going to ask the question, should there be a little bit more time left on the clock? No, they're going to leave it. 9/10 of a second, so you got to catch it, throw it up. Wow, too easy. Gordon throws it down. 9/10 of a second. Back screen. Looking to lost and found. Where was the defense?
I mean, just miscommunication. You can switch everything. You know they're going to have to throw it up.
Well, that's a defensive blunder Coach Igor Milicic is going to be infuriated with. Now Milicic Jr. Miller puts his hand to passing lane. Now he's going to lay this one up. And all of a sudden now, biggest lead of the game here for the Bahamas. As they now lead this one by 14 points. Poland getting ready for a triple change. The big 3 coming back into Panika, Sohan, and Balsarovsky. Milicic almost losing this one. A few seconds left. Slaughter goes back door. Jeva's got to shoot this. Gets rejected. 18 years old. Milicic, bit of contact, no foul calls.
I think that was very close to a shot clock violation. I'm not sure. There's not a stoppage of play, but I think they actually can take a look when the ball is stopped, no? Or is it the 2-minute mark?
Here comes. Oh, my Lord, are you kidding me? It's going to happen at some point. We saw this yesterday. VJ Edgecombe is ready to take a body with him. Oh, please stop it. Please don't do that again. No, please do it again. He tried it yesterday. He's tried it today.
His head was almost at the rim. I want to know what this guy's elevation is. Look at that. Then he gets it back. I'd like to see if that 3-point shot, they got the offensive rebound. Good job staying with it is the Milicic Jr., coach's son.
Well, timeout's gonna be cool, but I think we're just left in awe right now about the ability of this young man, VJ Edgecombe. He tried that yesterday. He tried it today. And he's gonna do it again, I guarantee you it. Well, here's a steal by Franco Miller Jr. We saw this a few times yesterday against Finland. I mean, he does a phenomenal job of anticipating, but yeah, 9/10 of a second. Igor Milicic, let's listen to what they have to say.
They coming over this side, and they make a play. Jamie, good job. Miguel, tell them on the weak side.
Hey, check this out.
Stack. Tell them on the weak side, stack.
You ain't gonna bring it. We're gonna hit DA. DA, you're gonna go to Travis. Hold your position. We got this on the post. I want you to come here. Eric, you come off both of these. DA, slip to the basket. That's too
Let me go curl it. Let me see if I can get open on that one. I'm
All right, you curl it. And then DA, you set it. You look for the slip to go. I want the 5-man to have to navigate that.
Well, we're going to return. There'll be free throws coming up here for VJ Edgecombe. Balcerowski along with Panicka, and well, Sohan's going to come in. It's going to be, it's actually free throws here for the Bahamas, but it looks like a provisional substitution here for Poland for some reason. Well, Baylor basketball fans, get ready for next year because you are in for a ride. You will be flying VJ Airlines throughout that season. Of course, Franco Miller started at Mississippi, then went to Florida Coast. Also looking to embark on a professional career. Still a 14-point lead now to the Bahamas. Putin looking for a handoff, can't find it. Bahamas put it in the hands of the passing lanes. Foul's gonna be called against Edgecombe. It's actually going to be his second personal foul. So DeMarco's probably, yep, the change is coming. Morales Nan is coming back in. Hey, those kind of fouls there, that's something as you know he matures in time, he's going to understand not to give away because it's a poor one to give away.
Yeah, and it's a poor one, and I think it was a good move offensively to show that his hands were on him when he caught the ball and tried to move. And like you said, you know.
Oh my Lord! Mateusz Panicka just went in with a hammer jam. Just came out of nowhere.
Throwing back the time.
Had a bit of marching Gortak on that one. The Polish hammer reference. Wanning's now posting up against Sohan. Time winding down. Franco's got to go quick here. Finds Aiton's got to force up another three. He's made one. Panicka gets a rebound. Poland trying to gather momentum. Panicka was wide open, but it's now Balcerowski nowhere to go. Good defense. But that's going to remain possession to Poland with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Panicka will inbound this one. This is a replay of the shot they avoided, the 24. 5 seconds, Panicka baseline. Tries a pump fake, nowhere to go. Balcerowski tries a tip back, he gets fouled, and he'll go to the charity stripe. Poland fighting at the moment, Shona. They're going in for everything.
That's going to be their 7th offensive rebound compared to just 3 for the Bahamas, and it's really their offensive rebounds keeping them in the game.
Well, here's another look at that one-handed jab, the Polish sledgehammer, if you like. Marcin Gortak, are you watching? Mateusz Panicka. Well, interesting about Balcerowski, one of the teams he actually did play for. Now, he did start in the Spanish ACB, but he spent 1 season on loan playing for Mega Basket For all international basketball fans who know about Mega Basket, it is the academy that's developed some of the greatest, not only Serbian players, but international players. And 2 Nikola Jokic and Jovic players came through the system. 10-point ball game. Bahamas still trying to control the momentum. Now waiting inside the paints. Off balance, gets his own tip back. Sohan does enough. Now, the argument here is now shown. This is what I'm going to ask you, because we spoke to the referees. When the ball hits the rim, you can knock it out. The question is, was it within inside the cylinder? Now, I think Milicic is going to use a coach's challenge. Let's see the replay here. Well, the basket counts, and again, great job by Martin Kovzlaskis and Blanca Cecilia Burns. Martin Kovzlaskis, our referee, just explaining to
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, and I also like that Coach Milicic is open to wanting to hear the explanation. Okay, why was it? And I'm glad that the referee feels comfortable enough to talk to the head coaches as well and explain, no, this is what we saw, and it was a correct call.
And it's interesting as well. It's the same conversation as you mentioned that we had at lunch today where they explained it. When it hits the rim, it's legal. But if it's any hint of going in the cylinder, that's a goaltending. Alcerovsky again, good defense by DeAndre Ayton. Poland trailing by 12. Man penetrates, goes in, gets rejected. Well, Jeremy Sohan with the denial. Well, let me tell you something right now. Sohan just named the paint his domain. Man tried to go inside the key, and Sohan just said in Polish, "Do widzenia, goodbye, get out of here." What a rejection. Here was the defense by Ayton. That's a tough one because he goes across him, but play continues. Got it by A.J. Slaughter. Now Gordon trying to ISO against Sohan. There's the baseline penetration. Gordon's got to fire up a Hail Mary 3. Bit of contact. No foul calls. But now it is, yeah. And this one's going to be called against the Bahamas, actually.
Eric Gordon a little frustrated, felt like he was hit on the hand as the ball was released, and then I guess that foul went against Munnings.
Still a 12-point ball game. The Polish fans trying to get that extra bit of adrenaline to their players. Now Pluta coming off one screen. Finds Slaughter. Slaughter goes up off the dribble. Just doesn't get the right angle. Just under 5.5 here in the first half. Ayton caught a double team. And looking for Munnings. Scramble, Buddy Hill. Can he go for 3, number 7 for the Bahamas? Yes, he can. Lights out. would have imagined that this team is coached by somebody from the Golden State Warriors. Oh wait, they are. But Poland need to try and rally. Right now, the biggest deficit for them. Balcerowski spins baseline, goes in. Now, they're going to count it. Well, he gets the and one. Balcerowski went for the spin. Not too much, well, I think Eric Gordon's perplexed, but let's have a look at the replay.
Continuation. Yeah, he picked it up, started his steps when the foul was called.
Well, VJ Edgecombe's going to come back into the game for Lorelznen. And Igor Milicic. You can see the passion flying through these Polish players. Right now, they've just got to collectively find a way to break down the Bahamas defense with composure, that is, though.
Yeah, right. Collectively, I think is the correct word. You need a little bit more participation from players like Sohan, Slaughter. You can't rely on two players, and that's what Poland is doing right now.
Of course, it's different for the Bahamas when you've got guys who play big roles in the NBA. Then naturally, well, Ben Buddy Hill hitting the front iron. Big rebound by Sohan. Now trying to push it. Sohan gets stopped in his tracks by DeAndre Ayton. Sohan looking to attack. Bumps in. Finding it tough to break down Dre. Now time's winding down for Slaughter. Slaughter's got to try and shoot this one. Pump fakes. Has to go in for a circus shot.
Again, not great offense. I think it was good defense by the Bahamas, but there's Sohan, denied penetration twice. You got to move the ball. It stayed on this side of the court the entire possession.
Quickly ahead in transition. Finds Sokolowski. He'll finish this one. You know, as you said as well, the inside presence of DeAndre Ayton, just a solid insurance policy here for the Bahamas. He is the solid rim protector. That's what they're going to struggle to break down, but Gordon goes in with no fear whatsoever. .340 to go here in the first half. 12-point ball game. Poland's fans here in Valencia starting the chance, trying to get this team going. Slaughter comes off one screen, can't get it. Balcerowski comes up with it. Big man, second chances.
Second chances by that guy right there. He's the one really keeping them in the game right now with his offensive rebounding. He's just being aggressive. He's not intimidated.
Delayed fumbles. Now Poland. Chance to go on a 6-0 run, maybe 7. Again, nothing out of the transition. Panika got it by Buddy Hield. Trying to go for the post up. Pump fakes, goes in, but good defense. And Chris DeMarco telling his players, push the tempo, go quickly. And that goes out of bounds, and I think a timeout's going to be called by the Bahamas as they lead this one still by double digits with 2:45. But a bit of a better response here from Poland so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They're still kind of struggling from the three-point range. 3 of 11, 27% when you compare them to the Bahamas, and that's really, 50%, 7 of 14. I like that last possession where AJ Slaughter didn't try and put up the 3, but then maybe they could have got a better look if they were a little bit more patient.
Who's my fifth? Who else? BJ's your one. Who else? I got the Travis, you're taking it out. 10-1. I want you to set this for BJ. BJ, you get the space. As he's going. As he's going, Buddy, curl around DA to clean up 10-1. Where's DA? The second Buddy goes around you, you're gonna loop all the way around and set this hammer screen for Buddy, and then flash. All right, so we got Kentuan coming off, and then we got Buddy here, or we got DA rim. That makes sense?
Got it. Yo, get back when the ball is shot, bro. Yo, these two are the only ones crashing. Everybody else get back. Get back, get back. We giving them easy points in transition, bro.
Hey, yo, wait to storm, though. Wait to storm, way to get back.
Finish the storm. You got a rebound.
2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes.
Hey, come on. Come on. Let's go.
2.5 minutes, yo. Let's go. Finish on D. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
Well, Chauncey Billups watching on, of course, is currently the young Polish fans enjoying the occasion here live in beautiful Valencia. It will be a Bahamas possession on the baseline with 2:45 to go and a 10-point deficit. Yeah, you heard the timeout there, the coaching staff from the Bahamas. Yeah, even though they have the lead, the momentum, yeah, the one area they said that we got to improve on transition defense. Poland, they get out very quickly. He's looking to get this one in bounds. Finds Buddy Hill. 7-3 so far. Make that now 7 out of 16. Tries again now. Make it 8 out of 16. Back to 50%. Why not? Poland again trying to gather themselves. Slaughter's trying to respond. He's made one. But again, he's 1 for 4 so far from the perimeter. Ayton got it by Balcerowski. Gets caught in triple team. Buddy Hill turns this one over. Good defense by Sohan. Now here come Poland. Well, Slaughter tries another one. Again, he is struggling here. Hasn't found that rhythm.
No, I think they're good looks. He has been open, but 1 of 5 from three-point range for AJ Slaughter right now.
VJ Edgecombe trying to put the moves on. Ayton's made 1 3. Doesn't get this one. Both teams at the moment, you can see, trying to really force the effort here from the perimeter. Tenor on the shot clock. Poland needs something. Balcerowski trying to post up. Sokolowski, it's going to be a kickball violation, but Shona, why put the ball on the floor? Why not just dump it down?
You need to be able to pass the ball in my opinion, to Olaf Balcerowski. He's been their best player, and they're not putting him in situations to score. His points are coming off of hustles plays.
Of getting the spacing right on offense, everything seems a little too congested. Well, Sohan's going to try a 3. Puts this one up, and again, why not? He's got a slow release, but guess what? Leave him wide open. He'll make you pay. Edgecombe finds Buddy Hill. Goes down low. That was 3 defenders trying to block 1 dunker. 3. But only one of them picks up the foul.
And I just like the unselfish basketball we're seeing by the Bahamas right now. They're playing with confidence offensively, also defensively. And like you mentioned it, it was a single action. They had to help. Quick passes. As we see the Sohan 3-point shot. Sohan not necessarily known as a scorer, but I do think he can be a lot more aggressive offensively for this Poland team.
For sure, of course. I mean, you know, you alluded to this earlier when we spoke about this. He's like your point forward. Of course.
He is.
He has a variety of roles, but you know, Quentin Smith currently the free throw line here for the Bahamas. I mean, he's had a phenomenal career. Recently having played for the Sven-Bor Rabbits, you know, he understands the international game very well, but it's players like Quentin who are so important to the Bahamas because you cannot just rely on the big three.
Yeah.
Somebody has to step up on any given night. Sarowski, pump face goes in. Oh, well, the big man just making a statement dunk. Don't make Golok angry, I'll tell you that right now. 12 seconds difference between game and shot clock. If Poland gets a stop, the 2-for-1 will be on. Still a 10-point ball game. Buddy Hield penetrates. Goes baseline. ISOs from the mid-range. Now he is automatic. Now Poland, final seconds. Panicka now crossing over. Penetrates, nowhere to go. Finds Milicic, goes in for the fadeaway. And that doesn't hit anything. Basketball fans, end of the first half. It is indeed the Bahamas who lead this one by 12 points against Poland, 50-38. And at the moment, you can definitely tell Coach Milicic will be going to the changing room. I mean, he's got to try and relax his players. A lot of nerves and anxiety.
Frustration. Yeah, I agree with you. You see, you know, you saw there in your screen right before how frustrated Oleg Belisowski is, because I understand. One, I don't think he's getting enough touches, and when they do get him the ball, it's not in good positioning. You said, I don't know if it's the Bahamas defense, but they're making the offense of Poland look like they're playing inside the three-point line instead of trying to spread it. Also, that being said, they're not shooting well from three-point range. They're only 4 of 14, 29% Poland, so they are able to pack the paint. Bahamas are. You got to start, you know, you make three-pointers, that's going to open up everything inside. But I've been really impressed with Bahamas. I mean, we saw them play a very, very good second half yesterday, I would say. They picked up their intensity defensively, but this is a different team. And you can tell that the Bahamas, they haven't had a lot of time together. We know that. Yeah, okay, last year they had those 2 big wins against Argentina. They deserve to be here. And, you know, I remember Coach DeMarco saying, you know what, we didn't have a lot of training camp. We didn't have a lot of exhibition games. They had 2 games leading up to this in Greece. And, you know, at that time, Eric Gordon didn't play a lot of minutes. Buddy Hield didn't play a lot of minutes. Neither did DeAndre Ayton. They're coming together as a team, and we're seeing this.
Well, now we're going to take a look at the big man, Balcerowski. What a game he's had so far here, and how he's going to have to help this team. And you know, as we look at these best plays, not to sound too much like a captain obvious, it's a 12-point ball game. You know, Poland's only made 4. You know, Bahamas have made 8. And you look at the difference, that is 12 points. But the 3-point attempts that we're seeing here from the Bahamas, this is something you would see in the NBA. ISO 3s, very low percentage. But players like Buddy Hield, he's used to that kind of environment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Buddy Hield, he was slow yesterday in the first half against Finland. He really picked it up offensively in the second half, and he's just feeding off of that. I mean, he's had a great game, 14 points already, 4 of 6, ISO 3s. He can just elevate and shoot over people, but you know, that shot in the corner that we saw, his last 3-point shot attempt, you give up an offensive rebound. Hey, if you don't know already, people, you gotta box out, edge come. And they didn't. Buddy Hield open for another shot attempt. He's not going to miss 2 in a row.
And here's one thing that signifies and really exemplifies Poland. They may be down by 12, they may be struggling, but one thing that can give them a bit of a hope for maybe a comeback in the second half is they will push the tempo quickly. We talked yesterday with Lebanon, not a very particularly quick team in transition. The same thing with Finland. Poland play at a high tempo. We saw this many years ago in the World Cup. We saw it in the Eurobasket. So at some point, you know, if the 3-point shots don't keep dropping in for the Bahamas, Poland will somehow find a way. Could they win the game? That's another question. But playing that tempo always gives you a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. They got to get stops, though. They got to get stops so they can rebound and then push the tempo.
Well, basketball fans, of course, it is halftime, and we will be back in 12 minutes. So go get a drink, go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long, as this is the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. they're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Strong rebound from Bahamas. Driving up the floor, and it's going to be a finish by Kuzminskis.
24-9 already in this second period, and it's in the hands of Lomash. Manus throws it down.
Tough guard for Azam on the other end as Melly punches it home.
We're going to see him again here, flush it. Athletic finish from Caboclo. It's been the flavor of his game so far.
Fine eights in the post, goes in. Oh my goodness! DeAndre Ayton, are you kidding me?
And now Shardish looks up the floor.
And there's Zubac for the dunk. And boy, Croatia. Beautiful drop off by Hazonia.
Here's a lob. And that's how it started. So we thought from Slovenia it was going to be better, isn't it?
Now Spellman will go from the half court. Oh my goodness! Omari Spellman just reminds the crowd. Spellman from downtown. I know someone else who made that shot yesterday, but Spellman right at the end of the first quarter.
And Nunez goes down and throws it down right on top of Arabi. And look at Tay Garcia. He wants some more of that.
And now here come the Bahamas. Finds Edgecombe, goes in. Oh my goodness! This man is only 18 years old. And even Michael Thompson is up on his feet. Well, Baylor, you better get ready.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Welcome back, international basketball fans watching live here on Courtside 1891 for this game between the Bahamas and Poland at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Live here in Valencia, where currently it is a 12-point lead to the Bahamas. Well, hello and welcome back. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside Shona Thorborn. And Shona, so far, the Bahamas, I mean, they are just playing at a complete different tempo.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Coach Chris DeMarco, he's gone with 9 players in this first half, and every single player that has stepped on the court has contributed offensively. I mean, all of them have scored, but they're not just doing that. This team has 15 assists. Yesterday, they finished the game with 18 assists. It's only halftime right now. So it just shows you, you know, they're not forcing shots. They're not really trying to play a lot of one-on-one.
Of course, basketball fans, use that QR code and make sure you download Courtside 1891 to get the best streams, schedules, and scores. Download it on your smartphone, your tablet, or your Android. Use that QR code and get Courtside 1891 today. Courtside 1891, the home of all international basketball, brought to you by FIBA. Well, now is the time for Poland to try and gather themselves. They look in the other group. You got the likes of Angola, Lebanon, and Spain. Many have already said Spain heavy favorites to top that group after their emphatic display yesterday against Lebanon. So you got to think this game potentially could be a decider. Maybe who finishes top, who finishes second, and who could maybe meet Spain in the semifinals. Poland, there's a lot of history, a lot of tradition. Coach course, you go back, they featured in the very first ever basketball Olympics back in Berlin in 1936. Head coach Valenti, a man who was of Estonian and Polish descent, a very infamous basketball coach in Poland, who also was a professor of physical education and wrote many great books on the sport of basketball, the early roots of Polish basketball. Bahamas getting the first possession. Hayden got it by Balcerowski. Double team came over by Sokolowski. Foul had been committed. It's going to be a baseline possession to the Bahamas. Second foul against Mikhail Sokolowski. Rails Naval inbound this. Finds Buddy Hield, hand his face. No problem. No problem. It's going to be a long second half.
Very long second half if it continues like that. You said it.
Can Poland find some rhythm? Sohan nowhere to go. Good defense. Who's now penetrates. Avoids the block, goes in, but Sohan with a follow-up. Now he moves up to 7 points.
Yeah, you talked about it a little bit. I mean, Bahamas, if they come up with the win here today, they're going to finish first in the pool. And then it'll come down to Finland and Poland having to play each other. Who's going to finish second? I mean, we haven't seen Angola play yet, but I think there's a good chance Spain will finish first as well. And, well, if it's not Hield, it's someone else with a white jersey knocking down threes as Munnings there participates in the three-point rain.
Done. If it's not Gordon, if it's not Hield, guess what? It's Travis Munnings.
And, you know, to avoid Spain in the semifinals, which the Bahamas will probably do if they win this game, they'll have 2 days off to prepare as well, right? Because they're going to be off tomorrow because they had their back-to-back today. Off day for everyone on the Friday.
And the Palois fans back in France are probably used to seeing Travis Munnings do that in the second tier of professional basketball in the Pro B. Bahamas still lead by 16. Now Sarovsky inside the paint. Kicks out, finds Pluta. It's going to be a blocking foul here against Laurel's Nan. Bahamas need to be careful here. There's a lot of overreaction into every call. They don't want to pick up a technical because something like that could very much change the emotional energy of this game. I can understand the frustration.
Yeah, I thought his feet were inside the that semicircle, the charge circle, but did a good job trying to get out.
Well, welcome to the Buddy Hield show. He has been on fire tonight. Sohan looking for the ISO. Posts up against Eric Gordon. Twists again. Good defense by Gordon. There's a turnover. Now the Bahamas have numbers. Sponsorowski commits a quick foul.
Great defensive effort there by Eric Gordon. Sohan, he has a little bit of a height advantage over Gordon, but just a good job using his strength. Smart foul there by the big man from Poland.
Well, Balcerowski now does have 2 fouls. Here comes DeAndre Ayton. Buddy Hield pump fakes. Why not? Steps through another one. Well, there was a rare solar eclipse in this game. Sohan now goes in a little Euro step. Smooth move.
And this is what they need to do, right? They need to get stops. They need to get defensive rebounds, push the tempo. That's the way that Poland likes to play, and that's the way that they're going to score. And they need right now to figure out a way that they can get some easy scores.
But Gordon's going to get it. Wow, what's happened here? Technical. Eric Gordon's been teed up. Well, he was frustrated. He felt he was fouled there by Sokolowski. This is what I said to you earlier. They can't keep overreacting like this. And look, here's
like this, yeah.
Here's a look at the, yeah, that's where the technical came. But going back to what you said, the leadership from Travis Munnings.
Yep.
Now, we got to give this man credit because he plays in the second tier, the second league of pro basketball in France, as I've already said. But he's bringing the NBA veterans and saying, guys, look, come on, this is international basketball. Let's cool it. We've got the lead. Let's finish first in the group.
And as far as international basketball, if you look at Travis Munnings and his resume, he probably has the most experience on this Bahamas team, playing against European teams, playing overseas, playing pro. And I love what he did there. You guys didn't see it on TV, but it was right in front of us. And he said, hey, guys, you know what? No, come here, calm them all down. Hey, this is what happens. We can't do those kind of things. This could be a momentum changer right here.
Of course, Travis Munnings, you mentioned it, along with many other players in this lineup, have been regular features for the Bahamas in various continental qualifiers. Gordon penetrates. There's a turnover now. What did Poland have here? Bonika's going to go all the way. Bit of contact, can't finish. The second chance brought here by Sohan. Now Swarovski thought about it. Fakes the pass, goes in. Got to finish this one. But the follow-up, momentum changer. It's now an 11-point ball game. Poland fans trying to get behind their team. It's Buddy Hill looking for a post up here. Got it by Sokołowski. Goes for a tough one-legged fadeaway. And here comes Poland. Paneka used the ball screen. Makes a bit of contact. 10 here on the shot clock. Middle goes in, hangs in the air, can't get it. But a foul's gonna be called.
On the rebound.
I think this one's gonna be against Munnings or DeAndre Ayton because somebody gave the knock to Swarovski.
Oh, yeah.
Again, it's what we talked about. Force a turnover, they go quick in transition. That is why they are a good national team. Franco Miller Jr. checks back into the game for the Bahamas. Sohan calling for the ball screen from Swarovski. Looks to attack, bumps, goes in, can't get it. Well, DeAndre Ayton trying to argue his case, but they've already got one technical. They don't need another one shown it now. If you're Chris DeMarco, do you think about calling a timeout at some points?
I mean, I can see where DeAndre Ayton was coming from, especially after seeing the replay for us. But at the same time, I think it's more about, you know what, keep your composure. You guys have been playing well. There's no need now to make mistakes because you're getting hot-headed.
Well, Jeremy Sohan currently at the free throw line. His traditional one-handed free throw, made his debut for the Polish national team at the 2022 FIBA Eurobasket qualifiers against Romania, where as a high school kid, he had over 18 points, I believe, and a deciding block in that game against Romania, helping them to a victory, but missed the second free throw.
And he went to that form. It was actually Coach Popovich, right, who said, you know what, change your form, shoot with one hand. And when he did, his free throw percentage went up by 30%. That's a lot.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Blocking foul has been called against Poland. So just under 6 minutes here in the third quarter. There's a look at the foul. It's reaching on Sokołowski. That's going to be his second personal.
Sokołowski's someone who I think needs to do a little bit more offensively for them as well. He's someone also very capable of participating on the offensive end, looking to score, but so far in this game, he hasn't even really looked to score.
So Munnings went for the three, rattles its way in and out. Now Poland looking to make it single digits. Sohan nowhere to go. Mechanical going, little floated. Now it's an 8-point ball game. Poland making a run here since that technical foul. Now Edgecombe looking to penetrate, finds Munnings. He'll pull up from 18. Second chances falling to the Bahamas. Now Gordon attacks, goes in smoothly to Euro step, and he gets the M1 and just silences the crowd. A little casual Euro step here by Eric Gordon. He's got a bit of James Harden-esque on it. Here's a look at the play by Mihalik. Of course, one of the big games he had for Poland was in the Eurobasket qualifiers almost 4 years ago, where he hit that big three-pointer, almost tying the game up. Unfortunately, Spain did end up winning the game in Poland's case, but who knows, maybe they'll get a chance for a rematch. Well, Gordon's unable to make the three-point play. Still a 10-point lead to the Bahamas. Mihalik heavily defended. Makes a bit of contact and intelligent move. He'll go to the free throw line. And showing it right now, the Bahamas. I mean, they are just racking up the fouls.
You know, I think it's more than anything, it's a little bit of frustration that you're seeing out of them. Their intensity defensively, I think, has gone down. You know, you saw the entire first half, even off of a missed basket. They were trying to pick up, they were putting pressure, they were being annoying. Right now, it's not the same kind of intensity. They're not doing their job individually. Help side's not coming over after. And I think they're getting fouled down on the offensive end, and they're trying to play as aggressive, as physical on the defensive end, but unfortunately, fouls are getting called back for them, excuse me.
I mean, no doubt about it, the Bahamas, this goes for you and it goes against you.
Yeah.
They play with that emotion, that aggression. When the emotion is high, they are tough. They're almost impossible to beat, but when you're trying to hold on to a slender lead, sometimes that emotion does go against you. Case in point, Hunter gets called for a moving screen off the handoff.
And it looked like a moving screen, and the referee was right there in front of it. This is the time where, you know, Munnings isn't on the bench right now, but someone else needs to kind of step up and be a leader for this team.
Well, Hunter, of course, at the University of Akron, both Buddy Hield and Eric Gordon, NBA players. So you got two NBA veterans along with three young, prominent players. Actually, none of them professionals for that matter. Hunter, Miller, and Edgecombe, both in the all three in the NCAA. Gieva was wide open. They don't get the ball to him. Now Panicka looking to attack, goes all the way, bit of contact. Again, Poland, slowly but surely, chipping into the deficit as they go back to the free throw line.
Well,
now
yeah, I was just going to say, you know, I was kind of waiting for when Coach DeMarco was going to call a timeout. And he says, you know what, there's still 4 minutes, 38 seconds. I better go ahead and call a timeout. You know what, I'm sure this timeout is going to be constructive, but I think a lot of it is just going to be trying to calm his players down. You know what, go back to the fundamentals. What was working for you in the first half?
We're good. You know, everyone take a deep breath. We're good right now. Defensively, we're just fouling too much. Keep the communication up, make them have to finish. Worst case, they score, we get out the net, we go the other way. We have to stop giving them free throws. All right, let's play on our horns right now. Sammy, you're here. DJ, you're here. Buddy. Eric, Franco. DJ, I want you to hit Sammy. Come down the gut. Franco, act like you're coming off. If I come off and get Buddy, all right, hit back to Franco. BJ, after you set this, and Buddy, you set this. This is Franco's. BJ, I want you to get out, Buddy. Small, small, we cut it. All right? Hey, everybody together, let's go. Let's go, y'all. Together, 1, 2, 3. Together. Franco, throw a shot, take it. Let's go.
Oh, there you can see one legend, Martynas Bočius, who's a former Lithuania player, won the bronze medal at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2010. We've already seen Lukasz Košatek. There are just legends in this building, left, right, and center. for Poland. You're trying to chip into this deficit. You're getting to the free throw line, but it doesn't want to be that case. As Chauncey Billups watches on. You know, if you look back at this game, you don't want to think the outcome could have been different had you made all your free throws. Seven-point ball game. Bahamas have led by as many as 16. Heavy defense coming from Poland. Bahamas able to keep this alive. Edgecombe hangs in the air. Foul has been called in a reaction here by both the Polish bench and the fans.
I like it though. I mean, Edgecombe, yeah, you know what, young player, gets to the basket. It was a strong take. Right now, Poland are getting to the free throw line because they're aggressively attacking the basket. That's exactly what we saw. Yeah, probably a lot to say about that, but we've seen it happen on the other end of the court as well.
Of course, he called that timeout. You heard the timeout. Just need to act a little bit cooler. Tell you what, one thing we talk about VJ Edgecombe. We know how exciting of a player he can be, but I think it's one thing I've been impressed with. You mentioned this already, is how mature he is for an 18-year-old on the court. The free throws now make it a 9-point ball game. The Polish fans, you can just hear them standing on their feet. Fantastic basketball fan base. Ponica here finding Michalik, trying to get something going. Jeva top of the key, down low to Sohan. And Jeva doesn't take many three-pointers. Hey, why not? Cutting it down to a 6-point ball game. Poland very much still in this one. But the Bahamas are going to keep trying to go back at them. Franco Miller, got it by Jeremy Sohan, hangs in the air. Tough move by Franco.
Tough take.
Sohan now looking to go at DeAndre Ayton. Little jump hook, and again responded. I think Jeremy Sohan may have took that play a little too personal. Production so far from Sohan, 14 points. Joint top scorer with Balcerowski, who hasn't scored so far here in the second half.
Watch the defense that this Poland team is playing against Buddy Hield. They're switching. Whoever is on Buddy Hield, if something happens, an off-ball screen, an on-ball screen, they're switching. They're not giving him any light of day, and for good reason. I mean, he is the Bahamas' leading scorer, 17 points. But you have to admit, he's cooled down the last 5 minutes of this quarter.
Well, Jeva trying to be physical here with DeAndre Ayton. Miller finds Buddy Hield. Michalik could have got his hand in the passing lane. Finds Franco Miller. He'll fire up a three. There's a follow-up by VJ Edgecombe. And again, this young man has no limits. Not only is he
literally no limits.
Oh, that's exactly it.
I would love to know what his vertical is.
Now Sohan looking for the ISO, turns it over. The foul is going to be called against Michalik. The problem for Poland, well, both teams have the same issue. They're both in the penalty, so free throws coming up again for the Bahamas.
I think that's a good call by the referee. I mean,
look at this. Yeah, but you're a coach.
Yeah.
How frustrating is it when you have to say to your players and they don't do, well, just go for rebounds, so offensive he just seems like he does it for joy. It's almost like he plays with the defense, like, you know, hey, you can't box me out. Catch me if you can. It's just an exciting story about this young man moving from the Bahamas to Florida, then played his high school basketball in Long Island, and turned down Duke to go to Baylor. And even you saw the Duke fans on Twitter yesterday saying, man, I wish this guy would become a Blue Devil. Now Sokolowski goes all the way, and again, good defense. Bahamas here, leading by 9. On the foul, and you can see Milicic Sanajeva,
Not a good foul.
What are you doing? Yeah, that's a foul you give away when they're not in the penalty.
Yeah, it would have been a good foul had you not put them to the free throw line. And you know, those are the kind of situations. I mean, you expect more by your veteran players, more experienced players, and you know, mental mistakes happen all the time, especially as the game goes on and you become more fatigued. But that was a pretty costly foul, in my opinion.
Back to an 11-point lead for the Bahamas. Just under 2.5 here in the third quarter. Remember, neither team with any more fouls to give. Sakawasa goes in again, gets denied by DeAndre Ayton. And here come the Bahamas. Buddy Hill thought about it. It's now BJ Edgecombe. Down low to Ayton. Another foul again, it's against Jeva. Milicic is going to have to call timeout because they are just inviting the Bahamas to the buffet table. I mean, it's a mismatch. There's not much you can do about it.
No, I mean, I think it was a good job there by DeAndre Ayton. Comes up with the block like we see right here, runs the floor hard. They had awareness. They went inside to him. But what's disappointing, we're going to listen into the timeout, that Coach Milicic has to call. He has to use one of his timeouts in a close game just to calm his team down with 2 minutes left in the third.
Guys, we're putting them on the line. We don't want to put them on the line. And let's protect their defensive rebound. Andre, go for Macau. You guard number 8. And we go like this. So we go on 4 up. I want you to get the ball. Hey, set a good screen for Andre. They are really aggressive. Set a good screen and that's going to open you up. Igor. Okay, doesn't matter. Look pass, safety pass. Hold it. Dribble, Soppo. Go and shot. Look for Soppo here. Okay, if no, pass, shot. If no shot, go for hand of country. Dribble. How about it? All right.
Well, basketball fans, if you are watching the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament here on Courtside 1891, just some updates. After Croatia made such an impressive game against Slovenia, winning emphatically. Dario Saric leading the way against Luka Doncic. Shona, we've just had some big news today. New Zealand winning against Croatia. Incredible.
I mean, the upsets that this tournament is experiencing after only a day and a half of basketball. I mean, what, 4 tickets, 24 teams. There's a lot on the line.
If you're watching live on Courtside 1891, get 2 computers right now, watch this game. And you've also got an exciting one in Latvia at the moment, as the Philippines are giving a big game against Latvia. But like I said, don't leave this game because this one's going down to the wire. It's all live on Courtside 1891. We're under 2 minutes. Trying to go down low to Sakowski. Inside the paint, nice finish. Poland needed that one. And the margin isn't like a mountain. It's definitely doable here for Poland. Good defense by Jeva. This time he doesn't get called for the foul. Well, the Bahamas asking the question, but that's good defense by Jeva.
Yeah, both of them initiated the contact, so I think it's actually a good no call.
Well, the foul is going to be called against the Bahamas, and that's another poor foul to give away because all they're doing is just sending Poland back to the free throw line with 82 seconds left here in the third. I mean, look, you coach at the pro level in France. You're a 2-time Olympian. You know at this level, fouls like that, I mean, are they frustration or is it just lack of concentration? Which one?
You know, I think it's a little bit of both because we've seen the Bahamas get frustrated in this quarter and, you know, maybe also frustration, also a little bit of inexperience in my opinion. And I'm not saying a player like DeAndre Ayton is not experienced. But FIBA basketball, this level of basketball is different than the NBA.
And that's the big talking point.
Yeah.
We're always going to discuss it because you got NBA players to Spain, you got NBA players here for Poland. Some players transition different than others. That's just how it goes. Good defense by Sokolowski. That's not going to be a backcourt violation. But now we're under 10 here on the shot clock. Down low to Wade. Quick turnaround fadeaway. And again, the paint is his domain.
That was
dominating.
Absolutely perfect. They didn't get frustrated. They weren't, you know, trying to rush it, put up a bad shot.
Oh, Edgecombe putting his hand. Here we go. Here we go. Look out. VJ Edgecombe in transition. You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. He anticipated that before the pass was made.
We're not supposed to celebrate, but I think by the time this week is over and we continue to watch Edgecombe play.
Milicic trying to pick a pop. Ayton secures the ball now. Buddy Hield's going to slow this down for the final possession. They lead by 14 points. Got it by Sokolowski. Poland don't want to foul. Don't want to send Bahamas to the free throw line. Franco Miller, he'll penetrate. Nowhere to go. He's going to have to go quickly. Finds Buddy Hield, and that will be the final attempt, but it doesn't go here for the Bahamas, but they still lead by 14 points. 10 minutes left for Poland. Maybe 10 minutes Bahamas, they'll finish top of the group, but look out below. Baylor basketball fans, you better get ready. NCAA, get ready for VJ Edgecombe. He's coming to town next year.
And what a quarter of basketball. I know it's only a 14-point game. Bahamas, Poland, they made some runs. They scared the Bahamas. I mean, Bahamas ended up outscoring Poland by 2 points in that quarter, but Poland, much better quarter. You saw the frustration. They got to the free throw line. You mentioned it before the game and during the game, all game. Poland needs to get stops, and then they need to get out a run, and they need to stay aggressive. And when they went on that run in the third quarter, that's exactly what they were doing, and they need to continue to do that. Again, some defensive breakdowns. I mean, I know it's not easy to defend the Bahamas, especially when they're shooting the way that they're shooting. Box out, offensive rebounds, and fouls. At the end of that quarter, they put the Bahamas to the free throw line way too much.
Well, again, 10 minutes left here for Poland, because if Poland don't win today, it's going to mean that the next game against Finland is going to decide who goes second. That could be the reality of facing the mighty Spain in the crossover, but the Bahamas, it's a blend of international and NBA in this team. This team last summer, you mentioned 2 big victories against Argentina. Of course, they're now planting the seeds for the future. Jeva came in, hitting that big three-pointer. That cut it down to a 6-point ball game, but just how quickly the Bahamas were able to extend that lead back to 14. But VJ Edgecombe, well, get ready for the future. Who knows where this man will be? As we say, he has no limits. No vertical limits either.
He has 0 vertical limits, not like you and I.
Well, use that QR code today and download Courtside 1891 to get the best streams, scores, and schedules. Courtside 1891, the home of FIBA International Basketball. I'll tell you where the limits I do have. Finding ways to describe how great his elevation is time and time. I have to go to the dictionary in the thesaurus here tonight. Poland down by 14. Finding Panicka off the curl now. That foul's going to be called on the ground, so no and 1. Now that's a tough one.
That was a nice little action. I like that. Get it into the low post, short corner area. Offside action. They don't get the continuation. That's difficult to defend.
So the foul was committed at the free throw line, you'd say?
Yeah, the foul was committed on the pass.
6 here for Mateusz Panicka. Got it by Munnings. Hangs in the air. Goes in. Tough finish. Trademark Mateusz Panicka. Plenty of time left in this game for both teams. The Bahamas is about holding on to the lead. The Poland's about getting stops. Buddy Hield finds VJ Edgecombe. Baylor basketball nails it from downtown. What can this man not do?
And the crazy thing
what
is,
can this young man
I
not
know,
do?
he has a quiet 14 points. Didn't score a lot in the first half. He went in, played defense, more aggressive in the second half, and already has 14 points.
Down to Sohan, double team, turn around, can't get it. Edgecombe with a big rebound. McDonald's All-American, Nike Hoop Summit this season. And as we mentioned, committed to Baylor. Buddy Hield got it by Balcerowski. Finds Aaron Gordon, he'll penetrate. And throw down there by DeAndre Ayton. They make it look so easy, I tell you that right now. Biggest lead of the game here for the Bahamas, 17. Panicka loses balance. Mihalik now trying to go in the corner. Well, they got to do something. They got to do it quick. Balcerowski will step back. He'll almost got it. The foul committed by Mateusz Panicka on VJ Edgecombe. And that is just simple penetration. Nobody coming down to rotate, but
what do you do though? Because that second help person would have had to come off of Buddy Hield. And I think Eric Gordon, had he not passed to DeAndre Ayton, because the help side came, Buddy Hield would have been open at 45.
And that's a nightmare because, as you mentioned, 10 3-pointers made today, I believe, already for the Bahamas. The volume 3-point shooting, if it's happening, you can't overhelp, can you? It's almost devil's advocate or whatever you want. You got to take chances. It's tough. Hill finds DeAndre Ayton. Goes from 15, and again, beautifully tucks away. Dre back-to-back buckets. Bahamas lead by 19. On their way potentially to finishing top, which means they'll finish, well, they'll play the second place team in the semifinals in 2 days' time. Well, timeout's going to be called. The Bahamas players rallying behind each other. The silence in this arena from the many Polish fans. You can feel the anxiety for sure.
You really can. What a good job starting the fourth quarter. 7-2 run. Having to call a timeout is Coach Milicic. And, you know, this is something also important. I don't think the game's over, especially with the way that we do know Poland could push the tempo. They could have a big fourth quarter with a lot of possessions. And again, they're not shooting the three-point shot very well. They got to start to find their rhythm. Same thing. They did a great job getting to the free throw line in the third quarter. They need to continue to try and do that if they want to try and get back into this game, stop the clock, but you got to figure out how to defend.
Oh, absolutely. But, you know, at the same point, they need somebody offensively just to kickstart. I mean, you got Balcerowski was top scorer at the end of the first half. I mean, you identified he was their best player, but he's been scoreless so far here in the second, only 14. Sohan's joined the top scorer with him. And after that, you got Mateusz Panicka with 13, I believe. So, I mean, it's one of those right now. If you want to beat the Bahamas, somebody's going to have an all-out game between 20 and 30. And then everyone's got to play around them.
Well, I think you need to put A.J. Slaughter back in the game because he is someone who can kind of get them going, especially from outside the arc. Couple quick three-point baskets, maybe off of a transition drag screen type situation. That'll change the momentum of this game for them. But what helped Poland in the third, when they did go on their little runs, was frustrating the Bahamas. They need to get up. They need to get up and defend a little bit more aggressively and hopefully try and frustrate this Bahama team again.
Well, Slaughter's back in the game. You can see the matchup there, the head-to-head with Buddy Hield. Panicka being aggressive, already going at it. Good hands by Eric Gordon. So to be able to time that reach in at the right moment, I don't think he sees daylight or the time that we see it. It's quick vision for sure. Three seconds on the shot clock. Slaughter for the mid-range. That cuts it down to 17. They got to build off this one. But they need stops on defense.
I mean, right now the clock is your friend, so if you're the Bahamas, you're going to try and use as much of it as you can.
Hitchcomb now pulls up a three. He's got 14. Sohan throws it right to Buddy Hill, but good recovery there. That was going to be an easy 2 points. That is Zol Nijedovic, who hasn't played very much so far, but just coming in at the right moment. Money's Limboundness, left wide open. Poland full sleep on defense, but Bahamas don't capitalize.
I'm not really sure what Quinitka was doing. He was the one defending the out-of-bounds Munnings.
Well, you get like little mental blunders and mistakes, but that's not acceptable at this level. And they were bailed out for sure. I don't think Munnings realized how wide open he was. Sohan puts his hand in there, but Gordon's able to recover. Good defense by Jeremy Sohan. There's a turnover now. Here comes Sohan. Here we go. That's gotta be
intentional.
Surely. I think the referees will probably discuss this one.
No.
They've called it, yeah.
Zero hesitation. That was an unsportsmanlike foul. It wasn't a play on the ball.
So that's gonna be 2 free throws. Well, there's a double team by Balcerowski, but
this is the kind of aggressive defense you need to see from Poland, though.
Yep. I thought the hesitation of the call may come because usually you'd see a quick reaction to that, but no doubt it was called. Sohan gets a free throw. Well, Jeremy Sohan, of course, didn't grow up in Poland, grew up in the United Kingdom. Spent his Basel days playing in Southampton, the city on the south coast, with Solent Kestrels. Of course, his mother and grandmother, both prominent, great Basel players from Poland. A 15-point ball game. Zonievich. Now they want to go to Sohan in the paint. Got it by Munnings. Pulls off in the mid-range. Unable to get it, but the tip back. Poland fighting, but nothing dropping at the moment. Well, Eric Gordon going from no man's land again. Sinks it. They have brought the rain from beautiful Bahamas here to Spain today. Slaughter now. Going back to Balcerowski, pick and pop in the mid-range. The big man tucks that one away. We're under 6 minutes here in the fourth quarter.
And that's his first basket this half, right?
Yeah. Poland needs stops. The Bahamas just need to keep on piling the pressure. Buddy Hill got it by A.J. Slaughter. Under 10 on the shot clock. Pulls up for another tough one. Now, Poland's got to think about going quick. They got numbers. They got to take advantage. Finds Panicka. That is going to be good closeout by Travis Munnings. Shoni, you have a 5 or 4 on 2 in transition. You commit a turnover like that, and I don't know what else you got to do.
No, and you know, that's by one of your veteran players, your captain of this team. He's coming out now. I think he needs a break.
Sokolowski, there's the pick and pop play.
Perfect.
Usually he's a bruiser and a banger inside the paint, but that is part of his game that, because he's been unavailable this season, playing currently in Athens at the Waka. Now he's matching up against DeAndre Ayton. Money's made 1 3. Doesn't get this. Now we're under 5 minutes. Poland, they've got to push the tempo. Slowly trying to run through screens. Finds an opening. Foul's going to be called. That's only going to be the 3rd team foul against the Bahamas so far before 36. What's this one on Eric Gordon? Well, double-double order reach here tonight for Jeremy Sohan. 16 points, 10 rebounds, but he is going to take a breather. Such a humble, hard-working young man and a bright future ahead of him, but it's been a tough game for him in Poland tonight. Say that, he has a double-double, though. Now Sorowski's got to make this one. Pick it, pop it, make it! Big time three-pointer. 13-point deficit. Poland not over yet. Kowalski coming out aggressively, maybe getting away with a foul there. But now Franco Miller finds BJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe turning around, jumping in the air, and again, it's like turning into a baby Adrian Dantley for the Detroit Pistons, the kind of player that at times one and down, you just give him the ball, get us a bucket. I mean, right here, this is what I love. In the paint, little pump fake, turn around. Here's a Genko. Get in the rock.
18 years of age. It's kind of scary to think about how good he's going to be in a few years.
I think we are witnessing the beginning of something special for the future of this game. Now Sorowski made his last one. Oh, the bank is open. 12-point deficit, big time three. 3:30 just above the go. Only got to make stops. There's a reach it now. Poland trying to push this one. Kowalski went for the alley-oop, but Milicic wasn't ready. Franco Miller trying to slow down the tempo. Finds DeAndre Ayton, but he's going to fumble this one. It's going to go back to Poland. It's good defense by Poland, forcing a turnover.
I mean, it's not over, especially with how they've played throughout the game, the runs that they have gone on. You get a score now, a stop on the other end. Within 3 minutes left to play, you've cut it down to single digits.
There's another three by AJ Slaughter, and all of a sudden it's a 9-point ball game. Oh, you're right, it's not over. Potentially 3 possessions if you keep going by the perimeter. Listen to the Polish fans. Defense, that's the chance. And again, another turnover. Well, we got numbers. Slaughter, one more, surely. With the follow-up by Sokowski. Now it's a 7-point ball game. And Chris DeMarco's got to call timeout. We're in for it, Shona. We are in for it. Again, here's a man stepping up, making a big-time three-pointer.
I mentioned it during that timeout for Poland. I said, you know what, maybe go ahead. You got to put AJ Slaughter in. He didn't have a good first half offensively scoring-wise, but he is a player who can get them a lot of points and a lot of points very quickly, and that's what we are seeing here. And, well, as soon as you cut the lead into single digits, anything can happen with a couple minutes left.
Of course, basketball fans that join the occasion here at the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament. We're live here in Valencia. The other tournaments taking place in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Riga, Latvia, and mighty Athens, Greece. But you can watch it live here on Courtside 1891. Well, Poland only a minute ago looked dead and buried, but it's amazing. 2 threes from Balcerowski, 1 big one from AJ Slaughter, and a conversion from the turnover into the transition buckets by Sokowski. 7 points, 240. There's hope here for Poland. Well, the Polish fans, along with the fans of the Bahamas, also enjoying the occasion here tonight. Poland's going to put on some full-court pressure. The good thing for Poland, they got fouls to give, so they can take some chances. Now they got to match up. The Bahamas need composure. Very similar, Shona, to yesterday when they played the Finland. Oh, no foul call. It's going to be another turnover. Bahamas choking under pressure here at the moment. And the thing here for Poland.
I think that's a good no call by the referees. You saw Gordon's the one who put his shoulder down. Big man moved his feet. And now with an opportunity.
Mikalik penetrates, goes in. Foul's been called, so 2 more free throws. My apologies, actually, Zolniewicz. They've got to make the free throws. They've had their struggles here this evening. Now is the time to make them. Foul is going to be called against DeAndre Ayton. Well, Przemysław Zolniewicz currently playing in the PLK, Polska Liga Koszykówki, the highest level of professional basketball in Poland, but he misses the free throw. Wow, could this come back to haunt Poland? Jonah, they've missed 6 free throws this evening. That being the 6th one.
Haunt, I don't think we can really say that right now, but obviously it would have been an opportunity to cut it to a 2-possession game.
Potentially could still be the case. 6 points. The Bahamas have had issues. A big bucket will just silence this crowd and take a bit of pressure off them. Well, good hands, but they avoid the backcourt. Edgecombe goes in, strong finish. The 18-year-old carrying this team on his back. Good defense by Munnings. Now they find Balcerowski. Bahamas don't want to foul here. Don't want to send Poland to the free throw line. It's going to be a backcourt violation. Good defense by Munnings. Very similar to the game against Finland yesterday. Finland made that comeback. The fans rallied behind them, but who stepped up? VJ Edgecombe. Again, the hang time here.
He goes hard, but then with the hang time, he's able to avoid the block. It's really, what we're seeing by this young man is absolutely incredible.
He had 20 points yesterday. He's got 18 now. You know, the big talk is always going to be Buddy Hield, Eric Gordon, DeAndre Ayton. I'm sorry to say, VJ Edgecombe, he's stolen the spotlight, and rightfully so. Calling for the ISO. 18 years old. Here we go, in the lane, tip back, still can't get it. Poland's got to go quick. Run to 90 seconds, down by 8. Sokołowski, foul committed by Gordon, so 2 free throws coming up for Poland.
But this is a good way. You got to stay aggressive, draw fouls, stop the clock, score at the same time. The only way that happens is at the free throw line. Still a lot of time, but, you know, good composure, though, by the Bahamas the last couple possessions. See, to me, I think that's kind of a silly foul. You have DeAndre Ayton coming across. Most likely would have come up with a block.
What do you think about it? If he makes these 2 free throws at 1:17 to go, it's a 6-point ball game. I mean, all you need is 2 stops and then try to go for, 2 threes at that point. But
I mean, right now with that foul as well by Eric Gordon, his 5th personal foul, that kind of a situation, not necessary. You have to play smarter to win at this level. You don't want to put your team, imagine this goes to overtime.
Yep, I agree.
5 minutes without Eric Gordon is going to be very difficult for the Bahamas.
Well, Eric Gordon currently discussing with our technical referee, Martin Vulic, one of the best from Croatia. You know, Gordon's had his international experience, against Argentina last summer, but you have to really adapt it to the international game. Now, here we go. Oh, he missed it. But Buddy Hield gets the offensive rebound. Bahamas survived that one. Buddy Hield looking for the killing blow here. 3 is up, no good. Another offensive rebound.
Great hustle play and heads-up play by DeAndre Ayton. He knew he couldn't get a hand on it. He was able to tip the ball out.
Well, they go for the double. Hield looking to attack, hesitates, finds Edgecombe, deep three, got it! BJ Edgecombe, 18 years old, may have just won the game for the Bahamas. He had 20 yesterday, and now he's got 21. And let me tell you something, Baylor basketball, NBA international basketball, BJ Edgecombe has arrived here at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. He has no limits. You are looking at the future great star. Well, a timeout's gonna be called by Poland. I tell you right now, he has become the talking point across everywhere on the planet. Every basketball fan is now getting a glimpse at BJ Edgecombe. And why not? Shown it, he has been terrific. He has been incredible.
You know, with the age limit in the NBA, the only reason he's going to the NCAA is because he has to. Because right now, he is showing, in my opinion, that he is already a NBA caliber player. He's a FIBA caliber player. As you see, well, timeouts. Bahamas have one left. You mentioned it earlier, Poland, they could be a little bit more aggressive because they have fouls to give. Go for the steal, if not, pull up a big foul, pick up a foul. You don't want to give up anything easy. And you know, a couple of those offensive rebounds by the Bahamas, maybe it would have been better if you had just fouled on the rebound, knowing you couldn't get up with it. As you see a double-double there by Buddy Hield, 17 points, 10 assists.
Poland 34.7. You gotta think now, go for a quick three. Only one team foul, you gotta take a few gambles. Looks like the Bahamas maybe going into that zone defense, yeah. Sokolowski penetrates, goes in, can't get it. As the Bahamas show now the composure. That composure, of course, has been led by the 18-year-old.
Well, they're not gonna foul.
Well, Hill goes in, gets rejected. Well,
another offensive rebound in the last few possessions here by the Bahamas. And we know they're a good offensive rebounding team. That's going to be their 13th offensive rebound in this game. And a nice block. Great defensive play, a good block, but you got to come up with the stop and the ball at the end of it.
Well, it won't matter for the Bahamas, of course, because they're going to now top the group, which means potentially, and I say this respectfully, they're probably not going to face Spain in the next round, depending how results go, say, between Angola and Spain, of course. But, you know, it does give them a better chance of making the final. You know, who knows? History could be made. Can you imagine the Bahamas, as we said yesterday against Finland, they've only played in one major FIBA tournament. That was back in 1995. I was 5 years old. And they won one game that summer at the FIBA America, back then known as the Americas.
Yeah.
And that was against Venezuela. You know, we've seen them time and time again. Travis Munnings, Tyrone Nesbitt, as well as Jerome Boris. They have played their hearts out in all the qualifiers. 2 FIBA World Cup qualifiers, FIBA America qualifiers. And they've had their challenges. But all of a sudden now, you're on the brink of potentially having a chance to make it to the Olympics. The road to Paris. This is a dream story.
It really is, and it'll be a dream story for their country. And you talked about it at the beginning of the game. You're giving an opportunity for young fans who you know, maybe never thought that you'd be able to play for your national team at a high-level tournament because there really wasn't one before. I guarantee you, just this week, more people in the Bahamas are going to be picking up basketballs. And you talked about it too. There's a lot of people from the Bahamas or who have Bahamian heritage. They're going to start saying, you know what, maybe I can also play for my national team.
Well, as you said, you know, people with those roots to the Bahamas, whether they live in the Americas, in Europe or Asia, now the Federation's going to start thinking, hey, guess what? We've got something we can build on. The seeds have been planted. And this is the thing with FIBA, building and progressing the game of basketball.
You talked about Eric Gordon and his international experience and how, you know, he was there with the qualifiers with the Bahamas. Let's not forget, he did play back in 2010.
Yeah.
For the USA. So he actually does have FIBA experience.
8.2, the Bahamas don't think they're going to try to score here because it's set in stone. It won't matter for them for points difference, but
take care of the ball.
I imagine Poland's going to try to come up with a steal. But again, this is what I like here. This is respect shown by the Bahamas. Basketball fans, Bahamas go 2-0 here at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, led by 18-year-old VJ Edgecombe. 21 points. What a performance. They defeat Poland 90-81. Unbelievable. But you know what, Shona? They could have gone and scored that. They didn't do it. That's respect and homage paid to your opponent.
And I like that, and I'm sure you know that was talked about in the timeout by Coach DeMarco. He says, you know what, even if we have an opportunity, or, you know, the leaders of this Bahamas team said, you know, just take care of the ball. We don't need to score. We don't need to shoot. And that's what international basketball is also about. It's about respect and respecting your opponents. But wow, who would have thought heading into this tournament, Bahamas are going to finish Group B top of the list? I mean, that's a story. This is going to be a story for a long time.
I tell you what, unfortunately for Poland, you know, we talked about how great they were. You look at the percentages, 8 for 21 for the perimeter, 50 for 20 from the free throw line. But on a positive note for the neutral basketball fan who watches this on courtside 1891, what it means is we are going to have a derby, Northern European matchup between two of the top 20 teams ranked, Finland and Poland, and the winner will probably go on to play in the semifinals to get that second spot. I say probably, will actually, of course. It's going to be fun. It's live here at courtside 1891. VJ Edgecombe, I can't stress it enough, 21 points tonight. When he got 14, we didn't know he had 14 because he does it so silently with such maturity. But you know, let's pay a lot of respect and homage the beautiful Polish fans, as the fans of the Bahamas as well here tonight, making a great, fantastic atmosphere here tonight in Valencia. Jazda Polska. That is usually the chant from these fans. We've seen them at World Cups, Eurobaskets, but it's not over for them. They still have a chance, but for the Bahamas, sit back, enjoy some paella here in beautiful Valencia, and get ready for the semifinals in 2 days.
Well, you see a little bit of frustration at the end of the game by Oleg Belsorowski. He had a great game. He had a great first half. He went silent a little bit in that third quarter and then came alive for them in the fourth. They need A.J. Slaughter, and they need him for the entire game. He can't just be the person who comes in, goes on a run at the end of the game. They dug themselves too much of a hole. And, you know, anytime you're in that situation, you use so much energy trying to get out that hole. And then when you need those defensive stops, you don't have the energy to just get a simple defensive stop and a good break. But I think we have to tip our hats. I thought the Bahamas came in with a great game plan, and I thought their players executed the game plan perfectly. You're of course, there's going to be up and downs in the course of a 40-minute game, and we saw a little bit of frustration, and you know, I think that's normal. They lack a little bit of FIBA experience compared to these Polish players and this Poland team. But I'm not sure the Bahamas could have pulled off 2 wins against good European teams on a back-to-back, but they have.
And you know what? Not only did they did it, not only did they do it with 3 NBA players, prominent players, but they did it with a rising star. A kid who I don't even know has even taken his SATs to make sure he goes to Baylor. But we're talking about an 18-year-old kid. The last time we talked about a prominent 18-year-old at this level of basketball was Luka Doncic in 2017 at the Eurobasket, and in 2018 when he was playing in the ACB. I mean, that goes to show where we are comparing VJ Edgecombe.
And you know, you said it. I'm sure there are agents in the stands. There are coaches in the stands. Baylor fans are excited, but boy, he doesn't want to go to Baylor. He's going to have many an opportunity on a good club in Europe or anywhere in the world for that matter.
Well, for sure, it was a phenomenal game here tonight. The Bahamas, rightfully so, a phenomenal game here. Collective effort, but indeed, they will take the W. Well, there are your standings. The Bahamas now finish in first place. They top the group. Second place will be decided by both Poland and Finland as they will meet tomorrow. Well, fans, if you are watching live on Courtside 1891, we have Spain versus Angola later on. But we'd like to thank you for joining us here at Courtside 1891. We'll see you later for the next game.
Okay, buddy, perfect start for Bahamas here in Valencia. How important is for the team to stay